They never go on TV to defend themselves. They never jump on social media to clarify rumors. And when markets crash, when headlines scream panic, when everyone demands answers, rich people stay quiet. That silence isn't accidental. It's not confidence. It's control. Because the moment you explain yourself, you reveal something powerful, and powerful people don't leak information for free. What you're about to hear isn't taught in schools, isn't discussed on mainstream finance shows, and definitely isn't shared by people who benefit from you staying confused. Once you understand this, you'll never look at financial news, market forecasts, or so-called expert opinions the same way again. Before we go deeper, if you want clear thinking in a noisy financial world, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Finance Simplified. We break down money, markets, and power in a way that actually makes sense, without the fluff, without the fear-mongering. Now listen carefully. Every time markets move violently, the public demands explanations. Why did the market crash? Why did a stock explode overnight? Why did insiders sell before bad news? And almost immediately, analysts appear with confident answers. Charts, forecasts, perfect explanations. But here's what most people don't realize. Explanations usually come after positioning, not before it. By the time you hear a reason, the real money has already moved. Wealthy individuals and institutions understand one brutal truth. Markets are not driven by logic first, but by perception. Forecasts are not predictions. They are narratives. And narratives exist to move behavior. When rich people explain themselves, they shape perception. When they stay silent, they allow confusion, and confusion creates opportunity. Think about this. If a billionaire fund manager truly knew the market would crash next month, would he go on television and explain it to you? Of course not. Because the moment he explains it, he destroys his own advantage. Prices adjust. Liquidity disappears. His edge is gone. So instead, he positions quietly. He hedges. He reallocates. And only after the move happens do the explanations appear. This is why insider leaks are never complete. They are partial truths, timed releases, controlled narratives. Enough information to move the crowd, but never enough to expose the full strategy. Rich people don't explain themselves because explanations are liabilities. Silence protects strategy. Let's talk about market manipulation, because this is where most people get uncomfortable. Manipulation doesn't look like a villain pulling a lever. It looks like forecasts. It looks like anonymous sources. It looks like expected earnings, anticipated rate cuts, analyst upgrades. These aren't facts. They are tools. Tools designed to guide money in a certain direction. Notice how forecasts always change after price moves. When markets rally, suddenly experts explain why it was inevitable. When markets crash, suddenly risks were obvious all along. The explanation is never ahead of the move. It follows it. And rich people understand this pattern deeply. This is why silence matters. When you explain your trades, your investments, your expectations, you lock yourself into a narrative. You give others information they can use against you. Wealthy players avoid this by staying vague, staying quiet, or saying nothing at all. Think about insider trading cases that actually get exposed. It's rarely because someone made money. It's because someone talked. Someone explained. Someone left a trail. Silence isn't just strategy, it's protection. Here's a real-world scenario. During major market crashes, you'll often see executives selling shares weeks or months before bad news becomes public. When questioned later, the explanations are technical, legal, vague. Pre-scheduled trades, portfolio rebalancing, personal reasons. They never explain the real reason because the real reason would reveal the system. And notice something else. Retail investors explain everything. They explain why they bought, why they sold, why they're holding. They argue online. They defend their positions emotionally. That emotional leakage is expensive. Every explanation weakens conviction and invites doubt. Rich people don't trade emotions. They trade probabilities. And probabilities don't need explanations, they need discipline. Now let's talk about why this matters to you. Because you might be thinking, I'm not rich. I don't have insider access. So how does silence help me? Here's the answer. The moment you stop chasing explanations, you stop chasing noise. And when you stop chasing noise, you start seeing patterns. Markets are manipulated, yes, but not randomly. They move in cycles. Liquidity cycles. Fear cycles. Attention cycles. Rich people don't explain these cycles because they benefit from others misunderstanding them. The more confused the public is, the more predictable their behavior becomes. When everyone demands clarity, uncertainty creates volatility. Volatility creates opportunity. And opportunity belongs to those who prepared in silence. This is why the most dangerous thing you can do as an investor is follow loud certainty. Loud certainty usually means positioning is already complete. The quiet phase is where real money is made. On Finance Simplified, we always say this: don't listen to what the market says. Watch what it does. Price moves first. Explanations come later. And those explanations are designed to make you comfortable entering when risk is highest, or exiting when opportunity is greatest. That's not a conspiracy. That's incentive alignment. Media needs engagement. Institutions need liquidity. Retail provides both through explanations that feel comforting. This is also why wealthy people never argue about money online. They never justify their portfolio. They never explain why they're bullish or bearish. Because public conviction attracts public attention. And attention attracts risk. Instead, they operate in time horizons most people can't tolerate. They wait while others panic. They buy while others explain why it's impossible. And when the outcome is obvious, they stay silent, because explaining after winning only invites scrutiny. Now here's the mindset shift. You don't need insider leaks. You don't need secret forecasts. You need restraint. You need to stop asking why every time the market moves and start asking who benefits. Who benefits from this explanation? Who needed liquidity here? Who needed confidence here? When you ask those questions, the noise fades. If this perspective is helping you see markets differently, make sure you're subscribed to Finance Simplified. We don't chase hype, we break it down. As we come closer to the end, remember this. The richest players in the system don't explain themselves because explanation is exposure. They let results speak. They let time reveal the truth. And they let others argue while they compound quietly. You don't need to explain your goals. You don't need to justify your patience. You don't need to announce your strategy. The market rewards consistency, not commentary. If this video made you think differently, drop a comment below. Share it with someone who still believes every forecast they hear. And remember, in finance, the loudest voices usually arrive last. The quiet ones were already positioned. Stay patient, stay observant, and keep things simple. This is Finance Simplified.